3, 2, 1. And one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind. That's beautiful, man. And it's not nearly all enough. It's up to the high order of United States. It's different, but it's very, very beautiful. But that's not much.
Papa, I also want to become an astronaut.
Those who we still don't have schools, definitely will become an
Everybody is capable of following someone's footsteps, but only a few dare to step into the road not taken. And that's what our story is all about. Stage is all set in Advocate Veda's house.
Your grandfather's last wish was to see you as a lawyer. But look at these marks. What do you want to become? A watchman?
A hairstylist, father.
You want to become a barber? Sorry, watchman, hairstylist. Do you want me to fund you maybe 1 or 2 lakhs for opening a saloon? Just shut up. Law is the pride of a family and you are becoming a law. That's it.
In Pandeyji's house.
हेलो ओह कल है चलो कल बात करते हैं यस
I wish to pursue my career in photography, father. I want to become a photographer, father.
photography why only photography go for art music dance whatever you want
Oh, thank you, father. You're the best. Yes. Oh.
I did not spend this much money on you to make you a photographer silently listen to me and be the party president after me understood
In Varmaji's house.
what sit still I'm trying to draw you here
Bhaiya, no Bhaiya. Come, instead of doing all this, let us sing a song. We learned it last week, no?
just give me 2 minutes man I'll finish it up come on
No Bhaiya. You come. We'll sing that song we learned last week. Just wait. Let me tune the guitar.
Ishan.
Father, look what Bhaiya has made. Isn't it nice?
Ishan, all this is fine, but when will you come running to me like Sharma ji's beta and tell me that you got 360 out of 360 in IIT JEE? What about your studies?
See, I love drawing and painting and I want to become an artist. I want to follow the footsteps of Van Gogh. Please.
But I'm afraid, Ishan, we are common people and I can't afford for your education, and sending you abroad, it almost seems like an impossible dream to me. I'm sorry, Ishan, but
Father, I love music. I can play quite a few pieces.
it's okay, Varun, just stop it here. And Ishan, please don't inspire him this way. I want you to think once about it.
Bhaiya, no one is on our side. What should we do now?
See, but it's okay. Munna, what did your father say?
I asked him, he agreed. Just then he said, don't even dream about it. I'm telling you, Ishan, we're living in a dreamland.
Oh, no,
What did your father say? I'm sorry, Ishan. I cannot come with you anymore. And don't ask me the reason why. I can't bear my father scolding at me.
Bhaiya, no one is on our side. What should we do?
See, Varun, it's okay. We'll think of something. I have an idea. Listen, why don't we publish one article with the help of Mr. Manish, the journalist? Give it a try. Don't worry. Give it a try. Come on.
Enthusiasm and determination. Ishan and Varun wrote an amazing article expressing all they felt about taking a new step and following their dreams. It was successfully published, but the reaction was,
Father, just look at this article.
Barber.
Father, look at this article. You know what, Father? I want to be a gymnast. Gymnast? You want to become a gymnast? You're looking like a wriggling cockroach.
Look at this article.
Oh.
devastated by the reaction received. The two brothers decided to go home and follow what their father had said.
When I was of your age, I too was passionate about music. But there was nobody to encourage me. My only source of strength and hope was my mother. When the whole world looked down on me, they said I was going on a different path and that I would never succeed in my life. My mother gave me courage and strength. She was the one who nurtured the talent of music in me. But then one day, it was all so sudden. It was another beautiful morning when I was playing my guitar in my house. And then came the dreadful call. I picked up the phone and I listened, only to a heartbreaking news, and I ran out of the house. And then when I rushed into the hospital, only to listen and realize that my mother had passed away. God took away my mother from me. That day, God took away my mother from me, and with that one incident, all my dreams shattered. I left all my hopes, and there was nobody to support me. But I don't want that to happen to my children. I don't want to see you in that way. I want you to lead those thousands out there. There are thousands like you there, with different needs, different strengths, and different ambitions, craving to do what they love. And I don't want you to struggle just for yourself. Struggle for those thousands out there, so that you lead them and you lay down footsteps for them to follow you.
But Father, when we're doing all this, who will be there on our side when such
I'm sorry, Ishan, but the very first time when you asked me, I did not trust in you. But now I know how ambitious you are and how much you care for it. I'm on your side, Ishan. Every time, like my mother was on my side, I shall always be there to support you.
Re-energized by the father's words, Varun and Ishan collected all the children who were like them and began a movement. But the response received by the hashtag next big step movement was just startling.
Hashtag the next big step movement. This movement is about all those individuals who do not want to take the footsteps of the common man, but instead they want to take the footsteps laid down themselves on the road not taken towards their passion. This movement has also received the recognition of the government, which has agreed to have a debate on this issue. This is Vinay signing off along with cameraman Rangababu. ABP News, New
Come to an end. The DJ for Ishan and Varun had arrived. They had prepared a lot for this moment to fulfill their dreams. With the support of their father, who was to speak on their behalf, they took the next step towards their new path. But it was not a cakewalk.
Education system is at its best. Is that what you think? Education system that was made to train people to work in factories? And maybe that's why we make people sit in straight rows, nice and neat, tell them to raise their hands when they want to speak, and tell them what to think for 8 hours a day, and make them compete for grade A, and say that that is what determines their abilities. All of us are wrong. The world has progressed, and we need people who can think differently, creatively, innovatively, and independently. There are schools that support this. I don't say no, but we need to go to a higher level. We need institutions that allow people to pursue their dreams and passions.
You mean to say teachers are wrong? You mean to say teachers are wrong? Just remember one thing. If you thought you're standing here, if you thought you're talking here, earning a livelihood and sending your children to school, it's not because of teachers. It's because of their hard work and
sorry, sir.
Yes, he's right.
Excuse me, but that is not what I meant. Teachers are often heroes who get blamed, but it is not their mistake. They live in a system with not many options and rights. The curriculum are made by policy makers who haven't taught a day in their lives. Let me show you the current scenario of our education system. Look onto the screen. This is a train of the modern day. And now let's look at it. This is a train from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? And now look at this. This is a mobile phone of today. And now see the difference. This is a mobile phone from 150 years ago. And this is a classroom of today. And now next. This is a classroom from 150 years ago. Isn't that a shame? In almost 150 years, nothing has changed, and yet we claim to prepare students for the future. With such evidence, I must ask, are we preparing the students for the future or the past? And that is why we have come up with a plan to humbly ask the government and fight for our rights, to ask them to invest in building institutions and
Want the government to invest money? What about the Kerala floods? What about the poor people? What about the midday meal schemes? What about the special category shares being called Andhra Pradesh and other states? What about the special economic zones? You want the government to ignore all these and set up a special institution for so-called creatively different-minded people that form a small section of the society? No, I don't think the government will agree to this.
I was silent till now because I know that children cannot talk between
Excuse me, host, I don't think you're allowed to speak.
cannot express themselves. But I can't handle this anymore. We came till here not to step back, but to move forward. And we are going to finish this right here and right now. That day when my father told that there are thousands out there just like me who are afraid to put that one step forward, I decided that this fight will not be mine. This fight is for everyone over here.
I support you, Ishan.
I do support him.
Rohan, beta, just go back. You want to be a lawyer, right?
Father, you know that this is my dream and passion. And yes, I have come to support Ishan. But to be frank, I don't want to go against you. Instead, I want you to walk with me. Please, Father, please.
मुन्ना तुमको तो पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट बनना है ना मुन्ना
But I want to tell you the same thing. I don't want to leave you behind. Let us move together toward my ambition, Father.
I'm so sorry to interrupt all of this, but I would like to say one last thing. Nobody can mess with the children's futures, but the parents have fear for their children's betterment. Just because the path is uncertain, because there's no one to lead them, no footsteps to follow. So I ask you, please encourage these students so that they can take the next big step. Do remember that students might be 20% of the present, but they are surely 100% of our future. Think about it.
After 15 minutes of intense discussion between the ministers and the other delegates, a final conclusion was drawn and they decided to change for the better and end the debate.
Ishan, I now feel that your views are absolutely correct. Our government should fund all their activities and should help to take this step forward.
So with this, we conclude tonight's debate. Signing off, meet you next Saturday at 9.
Each and every one of us has a dream and a passion. Dream is not something that you see when you are asleep. Dream is something that does not let you sleep, said APJ Abdul Kalam. However you might be big, you might be small, you might be rich, you might be poor. But the shoe does not matter. What matters is the footstep that you take. What matters is how much you love to go towards your dream. And what we should aspire for always is to reach the highest pinnacle or the mountain of our talent and set our footstep right there and never give up. Thank you.